What's happening, people? It's fight week. Yeah, man, we're back again in fight week. Um, very important, very important week as well for Islam Makachev. But that's not what we're talk. We're that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about some MMA news that's been floating out there. You know, in the MMA world, and we had a very big card last week. We saw the injury that Connor went through. We saw his leg and his ankle broken and snapped. Um, and you know, it's it's gonna take him a minute to come back. And because look, let's face it, regardless of what you think of Connor, regardless of how how you see Conor McGregor, regardless of all the other bullshit that he brings to the table, you know this guy loves to fight. He has no reason to fight. He's got so much money. He's got so much money. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to fight, but he loves to fight. He loves to compete. He's a competitor, and that's the one reason. Since he got all that money from Floyd, and since then selling his company, the Proper 12 company, he's made so much money. He's hit the Forbes list, earns more money than Ronaldo and Messi, on the Forbes list. But he's still back in the octagon. He's still back in training camp. Yeah, maybe the training camp ain't as grimy and dirty. I can't even believe. Look, I didn't. I'm sat here making cases for Conor McGregor, but I just want people to see the opposite side of the coin, because yeah, he's a douchebag, he's a scum, he's a this, he's a that, but he's still a competitor that I like to see in the octagon, and he's going to take, like I said, yeah, 2020 is about right. With the ankle breaking, we're in July right now, so give 6 months. 6 months back in January, February, what I mean? I expect him to be back in the gym in about 4 months, 4 or 5 months. I expect him to be back in the gym. It didn't even take Weidman that long, and Weidman is back. He's driving. He's able to use his leg properly. So we'll see. What's to happen with Connor. But regardless of how I just want people to look at it this way. You have to look at it from a competitive or competitor point of view. This guy loves to compete. He loves to fight in the octagon, and we've said it multiple times. Look, it's not a UFC employee, which even makes it you know, we know he doesn't have to fight. He's not a UFC employee. He's a partner. You saw all his products all advertised all around the octagon on the weekend. He's a partner. Conor is a partner. He negotiates his own thing and all of that with the UFC. So the pay-per-view counts did come out, and domestically, it was 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, which makes it like the third highest from um, from the Khabib fight with Conor, and obviously um, the Nate fight with Conor. So we know he's had a lot of high-profile fights, and yeah, shout out to Dan T. Thank you for joining us thank you for joining us today. Salute to you, my brother. And Dan T says Connor has got a medical suspension until 2022. I read that today, and yeah, that's facts, you know. And this is to the point that I'm making, because even Connor himself tweeted out, "You guys need me. You need people like me in this business, in this, in this industry. We need people like Connor. We need heels. We need someone to hate on. You know what I mean? We need heels. We need villains. And not everybody is built like that to be a heel, to be a villain. There's people like Wonder Boy. It's not built like that. You could try and tease him as much as you want. He's not built to be a heel. Um, what else we got there? Someone like Benil Darush, for example, it's not built to be a heel. And there's other people like Tony Ferguson, like them and they live for this. People like Colby, those guys live for being a heel. It's just part of their shtick. It's part of what they do, who they are. People like Chelsonen, who's an OG, you know. being a heel is a very very good commodity to have if you're going to be in this business. People might like you if you're a nice guy. People might like you if you're a heel. But if people don't have any opinion of you at all, one way or the other, that's not good for business. And Connor plays that very very well. So I wish him speedy recovery. I want to see him back in the octagon. I think it's good for the business. Yeah, it takes the trash talk to extremes. But sometimes, look, at the end of the day, the media was lapping up the whole of fight week, the whole build up. Media was lapping it up because Conor, when it comes to those type of things, he does deliver, and a lot of people they get bread off of that. They get bread off of it. So the question for me now is, say Conor, say Conor comes back in January. Say January. We don't know what the landscape of that division is going to be by that time, or even if he wants to go to 170 to compete. But I thought I put I put something out there. Just throw some names, at you guys. So and see what you guys are feeling about it. Um, the first guy that I'm looking at here is somebody that he's nearly had a fight with, Rafael dos Anjos, RDA. RDA is willing and able. He's ready. He still wants that fight with Conor, and one of the reasons why that fight didn't happen was because RDA broke his leg at the time. He's in phenomenal shape. As you can see, he's in fantastic shape. So we don't, like I said, we don't know what the landscape is going to be, but these are just hypotheticals. With who Connor could be fighting next. Um, because for me, I don't think he should go and see Dustin straight away as soon as he gets back. It needs a tune-up fight. It needs a tune-up fight, you know. And there's other avenues for him as well, like this guy right here, Nate Diaz. This is one guy that's not shy of getting in the octagon with uh with with Conor. There's that beef there, and he'd happily do it at 170 as well. He would happily do it there because obviously that fight would not have no other relevance other than it being a trilogy, and you could use it as a trilogy and as a warm-up fight all together for Conor. So that's an option right there for him. Um, I still think you can't just go looking for it's hard. It's hard to go looking for the toughest of the toughest in the division. I mean, um, Dan Hooker is another one. It's another one that I think it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but it's viable. It's a 155er. Um, it's another one that wouldn't mind a money fight with Conor to get his profile up, to get um his following up, because that's what Conor provides. When you fight him, you get the rub, you get your name out there. People are a little bit more aware of you. People know who you are all of a sudden, and Conor does this. Conor does this to fight. He does this for fighters. But Dan Hooker definitely is one guy that I think is would be willing to fight him, to get his profile up and maybe have Conor on his CV, because who wouldn't want Conor on their CV? Everybody wants a slice of that payday. What about this guy here, Benil Darush? That's another 155er. He beat Tony Ferguson the last time round, and we know what Benil. Everybody from that fight there kind of know what Benil is capable of. Benil is no joke. People people obviously really really realized it when they saw his fight with Tony Ferguson. So he's one of those guys that I wouldn't even call it a tune-up fight. He's a tough fight uh, for Conor McGregor. Um, let's switch gears. Let me just quickly check as people are coming into the chat. Diego, thank you very much. Um, big up all. Let me just read this. Big up all. That ref, Herb Dean, jinxed it. Yeah, I didn't expect Herb Dean to work again after I dropped the ball on the Sean O'Malley fight and the Moutinho fight, Chris Moutinho fight. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was saying to my mates, like, there's no way. I don't expect to see Herb Dean back tonight after I dropped the ball in that, in that fight. So, you know, Diego says, yeah, he's still standing on one leg. It's crazy. It really is, bro. Um, let's switch gears onto the next bulletin. Dustin is obviously to face Oliveira next. We know those two are booked in. Those well, not like the contract has been signed or anything like that, but we know those two are going to be they're definitely going to be fighting next. Both of them, they done their square up when they had the chance to do it, and they put that together. And I think it's going to be a tough fight for Dustin. I'm not expecting I'm not expecting an easy fight for Dustin. Charles is good everywhere. Yeah, I mean, he is good everywhere. You can knock people out. We saw what he did to Chandler. He can wrap people up. We saw what he did to Tony. He can do it all. He can do it all. But it's also susceptible to getting caught. He's susceptible to Dustin can get hold of him, and I won't put it past Dustin to get a win. To get a win, I won't put it past him at all. This is going to be a 50-50 toss up for me, but we're going to talk about that more when we when the time comes. But the real reason why I'm bringing up Dustin now is because Colby Colby Covington called him out. Colby called him out, and Colby wants a piece. He wants a piece of Dustin Poirier. He's been around doing interviews, being his comeback to Dustin as well. Saying Dustin, making comments about Dustin's wife again. Like, as if we've not had enough of Connor doing that already. Uh, to see Colby coming out and going that low, it didn't surprise me. I'm not surprised. Look, this is who Colby is. I mean, at least this is who he pretends to be, or his alter ego is. So coming out at Jolene and saying he's Dustin's using her as a prop. That kind of doesn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? But for me, uh, my opinion is this: Colby knows Dustin has got the rub from Connor from them two fights. He's got the rub, and he wants some of that clout. He wants it. He wants to look when Usman beat Masvidal and beat him twice. He wanted all the clout. He wanted all the clout that came with it. He was calling. He was doing interviews, going everywhere, and he wanted that clout. The same thing he's doing with Dustin here. He wants that clout. How can you be calling out Dustin now when you've been calling out Usman for months? You've been calling out Usman for months. And this Dustin situation, it makes no sense calling Dustin to come over to 170 to do what with you? Well, other than sell pay-per-views, what else could Dustin do for you? Right? Or what else? What does Colby? No, it's not even what Dustin can do for him. What does Colby bring to that table? What does he bring for Dustin? What's the upside for Dustin fighting him right now? So I say you should go and see Usman, and if he beats Usman, you know, and Usman Usman loses to him, I don't even see him giving Usman some kind of immediate rematch or anything like that. So it's just one of those with Colby. Colby is Colby, and that's his character. So I say if he needs to go and see Usman, if he wins, then call out Dustin, because if Dustin wins or Dustin doesn't win and Colby's got the belt, then you'd you'd have you'd have you'd have Dustin's attention a little bit more, because now you've brought something to the table. But calling out Dustin right now, I really do not know if I re I really do not know if Colby is gonna get past Usman. I don't think so. That's just me. But I don't think Dustin is gonna want to have anything to do with Colby anyways. But look, to happen at 170, I don't see Dustin not be, it works around at 180 plus. So making 170 should not be should not be a problem for him. I don't think it'll be a problem for him. Um, so to just mouth up at Dustin's wife like that and start calling him out and clout chasing on Dustin, all of that doesn't sit well with me, man. So we'll see how everything, well, how all of that plays out. We'll see how it all plays out. A fight that's been booked for September is this guy right here, Robbie Ruthless Lawler. Like, we know how amazing of a fighter this guy is, but it's not just fighting anyone. It's not just fighting anybody. He's fighting Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz he's been training. He's been in triathlons. He's out there doing his thing, and he's he's taking this thing very very seriously. Taking it very seriously, and I think we're gonna have a fun fight on our hands with these two guys throwing down, and if Nate's got anything to do with it, and these two are thick as thieves. You know what I mean? Though both of these two brothers, they're thick as thieves. And if Nate's got anything to do with it, I'm sure it's going to prepare him. It's going to help him prepare very very well for this fight and make sure that his brother gets the right result. Uh, when the fight goes on live. Lastly, just gonna be touching on these two guys right here. I'm not sure if you guys saw the if you guys saw the press conference. The press conference was crazy. It's mad. I've never seen I've never seen anything like that. Oh yeah, hold on. Dante says, "Did you see that slit on Jessica I's head?" Oh, you just made me digress. Hold on, brother. If people ain't seen it, let me see if I can find it. I'm sure. Bear with me. That was a sight to behold. That was a bloody sight to behold. Um, Bam, right there. Um, I mean, she went crazy. She went crazy right there, man. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Jennifer Maya ain't no slouch, and she came to fight. She brought it to Jessica I, and yeah, she looks like a warrior there though in that picture there. So yeah, let's get back to this. So Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. I'm not sure if you guys saw the press conference. The presser was uh, the my biggest takeaway from that presser was the tattoo bet. That's my biggest takeaway is, oh yeah, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna do this. None of it really means that much until both of them get into the ring, lace up, and and go in there and throw down. But we know that Taron is now out there working out with Floyd Mayweather, is getting in the gym with him, train, he's helping him train, and he thinks he can help him, get the job done. Look, Tyron's a former champion. He's a former champion. He's seen he's been in pressure fights. So I don't think uh, this is going to be as much of. I don't think this is going to be a pressure fight for him at all. He's been in pressure fights. So let's see how he handles this. But Jake Paul also knows his way around the ring. He knows his way around the ring now. He's training with some of the best trainers in some of the best trainers in the game, and these, who's to say this, this is not going to be, one of those where we might get to upset, we might get this biggest surprise of our lives, and some people will say, oh yeah, they know that Tyron is going to lose, but when you look at that Tyron that you see in that picture there and Jake Paul, these two are fighting with 10-ounce gloves at 190 pounds. you know Tyron is bringing a lot of he's bringing a lot of power. He will be bringing a lot of power, and he's not looking to show no mercy. He really isn't looking to show mercy. um Let me put up Dante's comment up here. He says, "Can't wait to see Nick Diaz back. It's been too long." Um, and he says the tattoo bet is sick. Woodley has got to go for it. He kind of put Woodley in the spot with that tattoo bet, and because the tower was trying to swerve it, like, what do you lot think? But it's like, what, you're not confident then? As soon as he stuck it on, it's like, you know what? All right, let's do it. So he almost kind of use it to read and gauge where Tyron's mind is, where his head's at, and Tyron just had to show him that, hey, listen. And yeah, you're right. This is more motivation for him. Dante says he cannot have "I love Jake Paul" tattooed on him. It's just one of those. It's even more motivation to make sure he wins the fight now. If that doesn't do anything, that is one motivation to make sure that that he wins the fight. And lastly, in the presser, I'm not sure if you lot noticed it. Who's that transformer thing? What was he doing there? Why is he there? It's not even there to hype up nothing. He was just there doing all kind of movements and that. And I thought to myself, who is this guy? Why why is this guy there? But look, this guy is about this. Jake Paul is about showmanship and trolling, and putting on the biggest showboats. So that's probably why that big old transformer thing was there. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Salute to everybody that's joined me this evening. And if you're watching it on playback, thank you very much. Please, please, please. We need your help. We need you to help us grow. And we're gonna continue to request for such help from you guys, because without you, we can't grow. You're the reason why we're here. You're the reason why I do this. Obviously, I love MMA. I love talking about MMA. I love sharing my views with you guys. I love sharing my thoughts and feelings with you. And that's why I'm here all the time. Um, you know, giving you guys all the news and what we do every Friday. So on Friday, we're going to be back with our fight predictions, our bonuses predictions, and see how everybody did from last week. So come join us on Friday, 9:30, right here on the channel. If you're new around here, please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Please, please, please. We need you guys. Seriously, seriously, seriously need you. But yeah, I can't I can't say no more than that. Let me just quickly. Dante says, but Tyron has been shit recently. Yeah, he has. But this is his chance to come back. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it happens. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody that's joined me this evening. Thank you very much. Salute to you guys. I really, really, really hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. This weekend is gonna be a big weekend. It's gonna be a banging weekend. And yeah, if you're out and about, please be careful. You know what I mean? You guys have to look after who's around you. Be careful, because obviously they're looking to lift up the restrictions very, very soon. So as you move around, please be careful. Mind how you go. Hasta la vista. Salute.